There comes a moment in every person's life when talent is no longer enough, dreams are no longer enough, and good intentions are no longer enough. That moment is where discipline becomes the deciding factor. The difference between those who merely wish for success and those who actually achieve it is not luck, intelligence, or opportunity. It is the ability to stay committed long after excitement has disappeared. Anyone can start when they feel motivated. Very few continue when motivation fades. That is why discipline is the bridge between who you are today and who you have the potential to become. Every great achievement begins with ordinary decisions repeated consistently. Success is rarely built in one dramatic moment. It is built in thousands of small moments that most people ignore. Waking up on time, keeping your word, finishing what you started, controlling your emotions, refusing distractions, and staying faithful to your purpose. These are the habits that shape an unstoppable life. The world often celebrates the result, but it is discipline that creates the result before anyone notices it. Discipline is not punishment, it is freedom. When you discipline your mind, you gain control over your choices instead of allowing your emotions to control you. When you discipline your time, your future becomes organized instead of uncertain. When you discipline your finances, your resources begin working for you instead of disappearing. Every area of life improves when discipline becomes your daily lifestyle. Without it, even the greatest opportunities are wasted. Many people are waiting for the perfect conditions before they begin. They believe they need more confidence, more money, more support, or more knowledge. But discipline teaches a different lesson. You do not become ready before you start. You become ready because you keep showing up every day. Confidence grows from consistent action. Strength grows from repeated effort. Wisdom grows through daily experience. The person who keeps moving eventually becomes the person everyone admires. The greatest battle you will ever fight is not against your competitors. It is not against difficult circumstances. It is the battle within yourself. Every day you must choose between comfort and growth, excuses and responsibility, quitting and perseverance. Discipline wins these battles long before success becomes visible. Every victory over yourself prepares you for greater victories in life. Life rewards consistency more than intensity. Anyone can work hard for one day. Anyone can stay focused for 1 week. The real challenge is continuing when nobody is watching, when nobody is applauding, and when progress feels invisible. That is where champions are separated from spectators. They continue because their commitment is stronger than their feelings. Your future is hidden inside your daily routine. If your habits remain the same, your future will remain the same. But if you improve your daily actions, your future cannot remain unchanged. Every disciplined decision plants a seed. Over time, those seeds become opportunities, influence, success, and lasting impact. The harvest always follows the discipline of planting. There will always be distractions. There will always be people who doubt your vision. There will always be moments when quitting seems easier than continuing. But discipline teaches you to focus on purpose instead of pressure. It teaches you to value long-term rewards over temporary pleasure. Every time you say no to what weakens you, you are saying yes to the person you were created to become. The most powerful people are not those who control others. They are those who control themselves. Self-control is the highest form of strength because it requires no audience. It is practiced in private before it is seen in public. Your character is formed in moments when nobody knows the decision you made. That hidden discipline eventually becomes visible success. Do not underestimate what one disciplined year can accomplish. A year of consistent reading can change your thinking. A year of consistent work can transform your career. A year of disciplined saving can change your financial future. A year of disciplined health habits can completely restore your body. Time multiplies disciplined actions into extraordinary results. The unstoppable life is not reserved for a special group of people. It belongs to those who refuse to surrender to comfort, fear, laziness, or excuses. Every morning presents another opportunity to choose discipline. Every decision moves you either closer to your purpose or farther away from it. The choice belongs to you, and the future will always reflect the choices you consistently make. Talent is a valuable gift, but talent alone has never guaranteed lasting success. Every generation is filled with gifted individuals who possessed remarkable abilities, yet fail to reach their full potential because they lack consistency. Natural ability may give someone a faster start, but it cannot replace the daily commitment required to grow, improve, and endure. A talented athlete who refuses to train will eventually be surpassed by an average athlete who practices with discipline every single day. A naturally intelligent student who neglects preparation will eventually fall behind someone who studies consistently. A person with exceptional communication skills who never develops those abilities through practice will lose opportunities to someone who continually sharpens their craft. Talent may open the first door, but discipline is what keeps the door open. The world often celebrates talent because it is visible, but it is discipline that quietly transforms potential into achievement. Without discipline, talent becomes wasted potential, and potential without action is simply unrealized possibility. One of the greatest misunderstandings about success is believing that gifted people have an easier journey. While talent may provide certain advantages, it can also create dangerous complacency. People who have always relied on natural ability sometimes begin believing that effort is unnecessary. They become comfortable because things have always come easily to them. When they eventually face situations where talent alone is not enough, they struggle because they never develop the habits required to overcome difficulty. Meanwhile, individuals who started with fewer advantages often become stronger because they learned early that consistent effort was their greatest asset. Every obstacle forced them to improve. Every challenge strengthened their discipline. Every setback taught them resilience. Over time, these disciplined individuals begin surpassing those who once appeared far more talented because consistency produces continuous growth while complacency produces stagnation. The person who refuses to stop learning, practicing, and improving will eventually outperform someone who depends solely on natural gifts. Consistency has a remarkable ability to multiply even the smallest efforts into extraordinary results. A single day of focused work may not seem impressive, but hundreds of disciplined days create remarkable transformation. Every practice session adds another layer of skill. Every completed task strengthens responsibility. Every lesson learned increases wisdom. Every challenge overcome builds resilience. These improvements may appear almost invisible from one day to the next, but over months and years they become impossible to ignore. This is why disciplined individuals rarely become discouraged by slow progress. They understand that success is not measured by dramatic daily breakthroughs, but by steady forward movement. They trust the process because they know that every small improvement compounds over time. Just as a river slowly shapes solid rock through constant flow rather than sudden force, disciplined effort gradually shapes extraordinary character and remarkable achievement. Consistency may not attract immediate attention, but it quietly produces results that occasional bursts of effort can never match. Many people confuse intensity with commitment. They begin new projects with tremendous excitement, working tirelessly for a few days or weeks before losing momentum. Their enthusiasm creates the illusion of progress, but because it lacks consistency, the results rarely last. They experience cycles of strong beginnings followed by unfinished goals and abandoned dreams. Discipline breaks this pattern by replacing emotional intensity with faithful consistency. Instead of asking how much can be accomplished today, disciplined people focus on what can be sustained every day. They recognize that moderate effort repeated consistently will always outperform extraordinary effort that quickly disappears. A person who reads 20 pages every day will gain more knowledge over time than someone who reads an entire book only once every few months. Someone who practices a skill for one focused hour each day will eventually surpass another who trains intensely only when inspiration appears. Success belongs to those who remain faithful to the process long after excitement fades, because lasting achievement is built through endurance rather than occasional enthusiasm. Consistency also builds trust, and trust becomes one of the most valuable assets a person can possess. Whether in business, leadership, relationships, or personal development, people naturally place confidence in those who demonstrate reliability over time. They trust individuals who consistently honor their commitments, fulfill their responsibilities, and maintain high standards regardless of circumstances. This reliability cannot be created overnight. It is earned through repeated actions that prove character. Every time you consistently deliver quality work, keep your promises, arrive prepared, and remain dependable during difficult seasons, you strengthen your reputation. Eventually, opportunities begin seeking those who have proven they can be trusted with greater responsibility. Talent may impress people initially, but consistency earns lasting respect. The world is filled with gifted individuals who make powerful first impressions, yet it is disciplined individuals who continue earning confidence because they have demonstrated unwavering commitment over time. Reliability creates influence because people know they can depend on someone whose actions consistently match their words. The greatest victories in life rarely belong to the most naturally gifted individuals. They belong to those who refuse to stop showing up. Every successful journey includes moments of disappointment, exhaustion, criticism, failure, and uncertainty. During those seasons, talent offers little comfort because natural ability cannot replace perseverance. It is consistency that carries a person through difficult days when progress feels invisible and motivation has disappeared. Every time you continue despite discomfort, you strengthen qualities that talent alone can never provide. Patience grows through waiting. Endurance grows through persistence. Wisdom grows through experience. Character grows through faithful obedience to daily responsibilities. These qualities become the true foundation of lasting success because they allow you to continue when others choose to quit. Talent may attract admiration, but discipline earns achievement. Natural gifts may give someone an early advantage, but unwavering consistency determines who continues growing year after year. A person who faithfully practices, learns, improves, and remains committed every single day will ultimately accomplish far more than someone who depends only on extraordinary ability without the discipline to develop it. Every meaningful achievement begins with a decision to value purpose more than comfort. Comfort appeals to every person because it promises ease, convenience, and immediate satisfaction. It encourages you to postpone difficult work until tomorrow, to avoid uncomfortable conversations, to remain where everything feels familiar, and to settle for less than what you are capable of becoming. Purpose, however, demands something entirely different. It calls you beyond convenience and asks you to embrace responsibility, growth, and sacrifice. It reminds you that every worthwhile destination requires effort that is often uncomfortable. The greatest danger of comfort is not that it feels pleasant for a moment, but that it quietly convinces you to accept a life far below your potential. A comfortable life without purpose eventually becomes an empty life because deep fulfillment is never found in avoiding challenges. It is discovered through becoming the person you were created to be. Every time you choose purpose over comfort, you strengthen your character and move one step closer to the future you desire. Comfort has a subtle way of disguising itself as wisdom. It whispers that there is always another day to begin, another opportunity to work harder, another season to become disciplined. It convinces people that waiting is harmless, when in reality every delay slowly steals valuable time that can never be recovered. Days become weeks, weeks become months, and months become years while dreams remain trapped in the world of intention rather than becoming reality. Purpose refuses to accept endless postponement. It understands that the right time to begin is almost always now. You may never feel completely prepared. You may still have questions, fears, or uncertainties, but progress belongs to those who act despite those feelings. Every successful individual has experienced moments when the future seemed unclear, yet they refused to let uncertainty become an excuse for inaction. They understood that movement creates momentum. Each small act of obedience to purpose builds confidence, while every unnecessary delay strengthens the habit of procrastination. The choice between purpose and comfort is often made in ordinary moments, long before anyone sees extraordinary results. Growth always requires leaving familiar surroundings behind. No seed becomes a mighty tree without first breaking through the darkness of the soil. No athlete becomes a champion without enduring exhausting hours of training. No skilled leader develops without facing difficult decisions and accepting responsibility. Every area of life follows the same principle. Progress demands discomfort because growth requires change, and change rarely feels easy. Comfort seeks stability, even if that stability prevents development. Purpose willingly embraces temporary discomfort because it sees the greater reward waiting beyond the struggle. There are moments when waking up early feels uncomfortable, when studying after a long day feels exhausting, when practicing a skill repeatedly becomes frustrating, or when making difficult decisions seems overwhelming. Those are the moments that shape your future. Every time you choose growth instead of ease, you strengthen the discipline required to overcome greater challenges. The pain of disciplined effort is temporary, but the rewards continue multiplying long after the discomfort has passed. Choosing purpose over comfort also requires the courage to reject distractions that compete for your attention. Modern life offers endless opportunities to waste valuable hours without realizing how much time has disappeared. Entertainment, endless scrolling, meaningless conversations, and constant distractions quietly consume the energy that could have been invested in building a better future. None of these things appear dangerous by themselves, which is why they are so effective at stealing potential. Purpose teaches you to evaluate every decision through the lens of your long-term vision. Instead of asking what feels enjoyable in the present moment, you begin asking what moves you closer to your calling. This simple change transforms your priorities. You become more intentional with your time, your energy, your relationships, and your daily routines. Every hour becomes valuable because you recognize that your future is being shaped by what you repeatedly choose today. Successful people are not necessarily those who have more time than everyone else. They simply guard their time more carefully because they understand its value. There will always be voices encouraging you to remain comfortable. Some people will question your commitment because your discipline exposes their excuses. Others may not understand why you refuse to settle for an average life when comfort seems easier. There will even be moments when your own mind attempts to persuade you that the sacrifices are unnecessary. During those seasons, purpose becomes your anchor. It reminds you why you started when progress feels slow. It reminds you of the future you are building when today's work seems difficult. People who accomplish extraordinary things are not free from discouragement. They simply refuse to allow discouragement to become their master. Their decisions are guided by vision rather than temporary emotions. Every obstacle becomes another opportunity to prove that their commitment is greater than their desire for convenience. Instead of asking whether the journey is easy, they ask whether it is leading them toward the life they are called to live. That unwavering focus allows them to continue advancing even when comfort constantly invites them to stop. Purpose has the power to transform ordinary effort into extraordinary achievement because it gives meaning to every sacrifice. Waking up early is no longer simply losing sleep, it becomes an investment in your future. Studying becomes more than reading books, it becomes preparation for greater opportunities. Saving money becomes more than denying temporary pleasures, it becomes building financial freedom. Exercising becomes more than physical effort, it becomes honoring your health and increasing your strength for the responsibilities ahead. Every disciplined action gains significance because it is connected to something greater than immediate comfort. People who live only for comfort eventually discover that comfort alone cannot satisfy the deepest desires of the human heart. Lasting fulfillment comes from knowing that your life is moving toward a meaningful destination. Every difficult decision made in obedience to purpose strengthens your character, increases your resilience, and prepares you for greater responsibilities. The people who leave the greatest impact on the world are not those who constantly searched for the easiest path. They are those who consistently chose purpose over comfort until their disciplined choices produced a life that could no longer be ignored. Every day begins with a series of choices, and although many of them seem small, they quietly shape the direction of your entire life. Your future is not determined by one dramatic decision made once in a lifetime. It is determined by the decisions you make repeatedly when no one is paying attention. The choice to wake up with purpose instead of wasting the morning, the decision to finish important work before seeking comfort, the willingness to learn something new instead of remaining satisfied with what you already know. These are the moments that define who you are becoming. Many people spend years hoping for a better future while continuing to repeat the same habits that created their current circumstances. Hope without action changes nothing. Your tomorrow is built by what you choose today. Every action becomes another brick in the foundation of your future. And every repeated decision strengthens either the life you desire or the life you are trying to escape. Whether those choices seem important or insignificant in the moment does not change their power. Over time, they accumulate, and the future begins to reflect the pattern of your daily decisions. The remarkable truth about life is that every choice carries consequences, even when those consequences are not immediately visible. One decision to delay your responsibilities may not seem harmful, but repeated often enough, it develops into a habit of procrastination. One decision to neglect your health may appear harmless today, but repeated over months and years, it produces consequences that become difficult to reverse. The same principle works in a positive direction. One decision to read a few pages every day gradually expands your knowledge. One decision to save a small amount of money consistently creates financial stability over time. One decision to improve your attitude each morning strengthens your relationships and your ability to face challenges. Every choice is planting a seed. Some seeds produce growth, while others produce regret. You may not see the harvest immediately, but every seed eventually produces something. That is why disciplined people pay close attention to today's decisions. They understand that the future is not created suddenly. It is grown slowly through choices repeated faithfully over time. Many people become discouraged because they judge their progress too quickly. They expect immediate transformation after only a few days of disciplined effort. When dramatic results fail to appear, they begin questioning whether their work is making any difference. What they fail to recognize is that meaningful change usually begins beneath the surface. Just as the roots of a tree develop before its branches become visible, your habits begin shaping your character long before success becomes obvious to others. Every disciplined decision strengthens qualities such as patience, resilience, wisdom, responsibility, and perseverance. These qualities cannot always be measured in a single day, but they gradually become part of your identity. Eventually, opportunities begin appearing that would never have existed without those hidden seasons of growth. What appears to others as sudden success is often the result of years of faithful decisions made when no visible reward existed. The future belongs to those who trust the process enough to continue making wise choices even when immediate results cannot yet be seen. Your choices also determine the kind of person you become internally. Every decision either strengthens your character or weakens it. Choosing honesty when dishonesty seems easier develops integrity. Choosing patience during frustration develops emotional maturity. Choosing responsibility when excuses are available develops dependability. Choosing forgiveness instead of bitterness develops peace within your heart. These internal victories often go unnoticed by the world, yet they become the foundation upon which lasting success is built. People often focus only on external achievements, but lasting achievement begins with internal transformation. A disciplined life is not simply about accomplishing more tasks. It is about becoming someone who consistently makes wise decisions regardless of circumstances. Character is built through repetition. Every time you choose what is right instead of what is easy, you strengthen the person you are becoming. Over time, those repeated choices shape your reputation, your influence, your relationships, and the legacy you leave behind. The future is not only about where you will be. It is also about who you will become. There will always be moments when making the right choice feels difficult. There will be days when comfort appears more attractive than responsibility, when fear seems stronger than courage, when immediate pleasure competes with long-term purpose. Those moments reveal the true direction of your life because they force you to decide which future you truly desire. Successful people are not free from these struggles. They simply refuse to allow temporary emotions to determine permanent outcomes. Instead of asking what feels easiest today, they ask what decision will benefit them tomorrow, next year, and many years from now. This long-term perspective transforms ordinary decision-making into extraordinary progress. Every disciplined choice becomes an investment rather than a sacrifice. Time then begins working in their favor because consistent decisions accumulate into remarkable results. While others search for shortcuts, disciplined individuals quietly build a future that cannot be easily shaken because it rests upon thousands of wise choices made over many years. Your life tomorrow is already being written by the decisions you make today. Every hour offers another opportunity to move closer to your purpose or drift farther away from it. Every conversation, every habit, every response to difficulty, every use of your time, and every commitment you honor becomes part of the story your future will tell. No one accidentally creates an extraordinary life. It is built intentionally through disciplined choices repeated day after day, year after year. The future does not suddenly appear as a surprise. It gradually unfolds from the direction established by your everyday decisions. When your choices consistently reflect responsibility, integrity, perseverance, wisdom, and discipline, your future begins to mirror those same qualities. The life that others admire is rarely the product of extraordinary luck or rare opportunities. It is usually the result of ordinary decisions made faithfully long after the excitement of beginning has faded. Every disciplined choice carries within it the power to shape your destiny, proving that the future is not something you wait for, it is something you build one decision at a time.